Hey everyone, and welcome to the channel. So today we get to take a look at the all-new 2025 Mini Cooper. This is the S Hardtop two-doored. Huge shout out to Hendrick Mini Charlotte for providing this for me today. Take a look at the website. That link is down in the description. So this Mini Cooper is finished off in midnight black. MSRP is just over $36,000. Now this is powered by the 2-liter inline 4-cylinder turbocharged engine. It's paired to a 7-speed dual clutch automatic, pumping out 201 horsepower, 221 pound-feet of torque. That power is sent to the front wheels, propelling this nearly 3,000-pound vehicle from 0 to 60 in 6.3 seconds. It has a top speed of 150 miles an hour. It also has a fuel capacity of 11.6 gallons. You'll expect to see around 28 miles per gallon in the city, 39 out on the highway. This also has a wheelbase of 98.2 inches. Its overall length is 152.6. It has a width of 77.6 and a height of 56 inches. Now, as we take a look at the exterior styling, I haven't been around the Mini Coopers in quite some time, but I can see some subtle differences for this all-new model. Now, this particular model also has some really nice accents. You'll notice the entire surround for the grille is finished off in a brushed gold. There's a sensor just in front of that for the adaptive cruise, as well as parking sensors that run throughout. There's also plenty of cutouts to provide cooling to that engine, as well as the active grille shutters that are just behind the grille there. This has the bubble design for the LED headlights, DRLs, and turn signals, as well as that being an actual cutout for the hood. So as you saw earlier with the hood open, those actually the hood goes right around the headlights themselves. But it has that classic Mini Cooper front end design to it. And as we take a look at the side now, you'll notice the accent, the color from up front works its way into these wheels. I think that's a really nice integration. Now, this also has body colored side mirrors that are power folding. There's the turn signal on the back there. And then up top, this has the dual sunroof. So you get it for your front and your rear passengers. And then as we take a step back, it has a nice look to it. Very small vehicle, of course, but we have a lot of glass to give it a larger look in a sense. There's some plastic for the lower side skirt, as well as the fender arches, both front and rear, and then very nice lines that run down the side. Now in back, there's the integrated spoiler along with the third brake light. Wiper blade is in the lower section. There's Cooper S right in the middle, also a backup camera and sensors. You'll notice too, for the taillights, they still have the flag integrated into the turn signal, which is very iconic for the brand. And then there's also a reverse light in the lower section of that diffuser. Now, as we take a look at the interior now, we have the button up underneath to open up this lift gate, where you have a good bit of space. It is a small vehicle, so this is what you would expect with the back seats up. You can fold the back seats down for more storage. There's also a little bit of storage underneath the floor if you need to utilize that. So for its sizing, it's pretty compact, but you can make it work if this is a vehicle that you are looking to get. Now, as you just heard, the vehicle did lock. So we do have the proximity sensor. Here's the key fob for the all-new Mini. We have lock on the top there, unlock on the side. There's also the button you can triple tap to start this up remotely. And then we have the trunk release there. Now, I can just grab the door handle for it to unlock, where we have a very nice interior. Really cool design for this trim accent surrounding the release handle. There's lock and unlock, side mirror controls, window adjustments, trunk release, and a little bit of storage. And then this has the blue leather interior with Mini right in the middle. All the automatic adjustments are on the side, as well as the memory seating controls. Now, in order to get into the back seats, just pull on that tab where the seat is actually going to move forwards for you, which is a great touch. Now at 5'10", climbing into the back, there's only 2 seats. So this is a 4-seater. Your backseat passengers will have to share the cup holder in the middle. And as you can tell with this seat all the way back, legroom is pretty tight. But at 5'10", I can actually sit upright and be comfortable. So you just have to adjust those seats for your leg space. We have an armrest here, very large windows. So that way it doesn't feel too claustrophobic. And you even have the adjustable sunshade there for even more lighting. So while it's a compact car, 4 people can sit in there and be comfortable depending on how you have it set up. Now, as we hop into the front seat, we are greeted with the solid leather steering wheel, more of those gold accents, which is nice. Cruise control settings are on the left side. Right side, there's volume as well as music. You have Bluetooth, favorites, as well as voice commands. But let's start this up. The key is not in the traditional location, but for Mini Coopers, it's right in the middle, where you can just twist on that and start it up. And then coming back to the all-new infotainment gauge cluster setup, this is a massive screen that gives you a lot of information. You'll also notice too, there's the flag in the background right in the middle for the climate menu that we're on right now. Now in the upper section, there's miles per hour, along with your fuel. You have distance till empty, what gear you're in, speed limit, power is on this left side. In the lower section, we're currently on the climates, where you have your temperature on both sides for driver and passenger, so you can just click on that and easily adjust those. We have where you'd like the air to go, fan speed, different settings that you can go into as well for even your heated seats. Now, if I click on this back arrow, we can go into more of the home screen where you have media, you have navigation, your phone. You can swipe back the other way and go into some more of this information here, including your miles per gallon there and the clock. Now, there's also shortcuts in the lower section, so you can quickly get into your climates, get into your audio. You can go home here. There's also navigation in full screen there and your phone as well. So it's a pretty easy system to go through, very large, so it gives you great graphics for all of that. Now underneath, along with the engine start stop, we do have the gear selector. So with my foot on the brake, simply just push that up. You have the backup camera now, along with top-down sensors. There's also the panorama angle, so you have more of a wide screen, as well as the parking assistance that you can use. Then you have drive, there's also a low range gear, and then park is located on the far left. There's also various driving modes that you can go through. So there's core, you also have green, you will notice that all of them have a different graphic or sound as well. And you can hit play on those too. So we'll keep going through these. There's timeless. Hopefully you can hear all of these. It also changes that background too, which is nice. Balance will also start on the driver massaging seat, which is pretty neat. So you have all of these to go through, and then go-kart as well, which is basically sport mode. That's going to give you a really cool graphic there, as well as more throttle response depending on how you'd like to drive. So very neat to see all of those graphics. Then there's also power and tuning along with volume for your audio. Underneath that, there's some defrosters, you have parking sensors, and then if I push on this button right here, this is for your driver assistance, so you can pull up all of this information. Now this vehicle also has a head-up display, so currently you can see miles per hour along with the speed limit sign, and if I do change driving modes, the head-up display will change with that mode. So hopefully you could just see it turned green for the green mode, and if I go to vivid, just to show another one, it will turn red. So that will adjust with the infotainment system. Now this also has wireless charging down below. There's two cup holders. You get a little bit of storage. You can just pull this tab open to place items there. It's the same material that's on the dash and the door panels. You get some auxiliaries and a little bit of storage, fixed armrest right in the middle. There's also the glove box with plenty of space. This model also has interior ambient lighting. It's going to be hard to see now, but there's a strip underneath, there's one on the doors, and I believe there's some within the dash itself, which is pretty neat. Now the rear view mirror is up top, along with your dome lights, and then we have the manual adjusting sunshade, along with the sunroof controls up top. And here's a look at visibility. Look at how big these windows are. It is a small car, and you have visibility pretty much 360-degree view. As we set off now behind the wheel for the all-new Mini Cooper, this is a really cool redesign to see. Now, I haven't been in the Mini Cooper for quite some time. All of it looks fairly similar, but we do have a much larger infotainment area here, and all of these drive modes are really neat to see and go through. Now, in go-kart mode right now, I have just noticed in parking lot speeds, the transmission feeling a little bit higher in the revs, or we're going to get more throttle response, which of course that's what you'd want. And like the graphic says, woohoo, is the depiction where we give it a little bit of gas and it's got a peppy engine to it. Now, it's not a fast vehicle, but this is something that is definitely going to be a lot of fun to drive. And with its right around 3,000 pound weight, this is going to be a pretty nice vehicle as far as handling and things like that go. So the steering feels pretty direct. This is something that you could take around some turns and really have some fun with. We have the dual clutch transmission as well. Would be cool to see paddle shifters for that transmission. I think that would give it that extra fun factor to have some paddles on the backside here. But regardless of that, it's a pretty quick transmission, and it's what you would want for an automatic, to be honest. And I also like that while it is a small vehicle, and there's no blind spots in this car, it is so easy to see, so you can see traffic around you basically. But let's slow it down where you can hear it shifting very quickly. We'll give it a little bit of gas. And with a mild acceleration, we're up to speed. This is a quick little car. For its 0 to 60 time around 6 seconds, that's not the fastest, but for what this car is, honestly, it's pretty quick to get up. It doesn't feel slow even for that acceleration. But this is nice. We have very nice seats with the lateral supports here. They definitely hold you well. And it's comfortable. I could see driving this every single day. I could see why this is a very popular vehicle. There's a Mini Cooper following for sure, but this is cool. If you're looking for a small vehicle, maybe you live in the city, but you still want practicality, it is small, but if you don't have a lot of items or a lot of big items, this is something that you can weave in and out. You can drive down city blocks, whatever it may be, and you really don't have to worry about where to park this because it is so small. And it also has a really good turning radius too. Pretty sharp here to be able to maneuver, which is nice. And we'll go back into go-kart setting. And here we go. Definitely has a good get up and go to it. I really like how sporty looking the infotainment system currently is with that. But this is what it's like to be behind the wheel for the all-new Mini Cooper. We do have the head-up display, which is nice to view as well. So that way, if you don't want to look this way, with as big as this screen is, you have the secondary screen to look at there. But it's a pretty simple vehicle. We have a lot of BMW features and technology. So if you're unfamiliar with the BMW Mini Cooper, they're owned by the same company, obviously. So we have a lot of controls that are shared from BMWs. But other than that, I would say it's a relatively simple interior. There's not a whole lot. So if you're not looking for a vehicle that has a million different things, we have a few features. We have a lot of standard safety features, things like that. But for the most part, it's just a driver's car. You just hop in it. You can pair your phone to the system if you need to, and you are good to go. So not a whole lot as far as amenities go. So you're still getting a very nice vehicle. Just if you don't want all those features, you just have a car that you can hop in, have fun, and drive. So that is going to wrap it up for the 2025 Mini Cooper. Once again, huge shout out to Hendrick Mini Charlotte for providing this for me today. Take a look at their website. That link is down in the description. Give the video a huge thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and consider smashing that subscribe button so you don't miss out on our daily uploads. I will see you all in the next video.